Hey guys, welcome to the channel, Talking with Jay Spring. I'm your host Jay, giving you a video on the channel today. Hello there guys, and welcome to the things we most want to see in Avengers Endgame. I'm going to go through some of the picks, and not in a specific order. These are just my opinions, and some friends I've gathered their opinions. So don't forget to leave yours down below if I've missed any, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for much more. You don't want to miss the content on this channel. I've already done a YouTube series called Journey to Avengers Endgame, where I've reviewed the whole of the MCU coming up to this Avengers Endgame movie. I'll be reviewing that as well as giving it a spoiler review on the channel as well. So stay tuned for that and a bunch of other great content. Without further ado guys, let's get straight into this video. And don't forget, this is also assuming that some of these people do not die in Avengers Endgame. So we start this off with Steve Rogers, Captain America, gets his final send-off with Peggy with that last dance. I'd love to see that. If this is going to be the send-off for Steve Rogers, Captain America, that would be the best ending in my personal opinion. If it's going to be the end for Tony Stark and Iron Man, I think personally you should definitely have a scene where he officially gives up the Iron Man. Obviously he can still make the suits and make other things, obviously still being that cool guy Tony Stark, but I think he should officially give up the superhero gimmick or superhero phase and actually maybe even have a child with Pepper. I think that would be a great ending to Tony Stark and Pepper Potts' story. I think Thor needs a new home. Obviously after Asgard was destroyed in Thor Ragnarok, he needs a new home, whether that's on Earth, another planet, or even makes his own world, whatever. Thor can just do anything. I'd absolutely love Thor. Hopefully he doesn't die in Endgame, but we definitely need to see that. Obviously all them Asgardians still up there in the galaxy needing a new home. I think Thor obviously will need to make that happen, whether it's in Endgame or in a new Thor movie. We need to see something happen with Thor. Another good thing we definitely need to see is a great setup for Phase 4 of the MCU. Now, obviously, we know that Phase 4 is a new era, a new beginning for the Marvel Universe. So, now that whether that means new faces, new people, obviously we're going to talk about that further on in the video, or even the young Avengers coming through, so like your Scarlet Witches, your Black Panthers, and people like that coming through and taking out your Captain Americans, your Iron Mans, and maybe even Black Widow and Hawkeye, Ronin, whoever, being still in that, or even just a part of making their own group like S.H.I.E.L.D. or something, would be quite cool in my personal thing. I definitely would assume the youngsters and the other Avengers are come through as the main Avengers now. I see that as sort of like the passing of the torch. Another definite thing they need to do is have a post-credit scene setting up Spider-Man Far From Home, giving us that more excitement going into Spider-Man Far From Home, because remember, this has been the build. All these 21 years I think it's been building and building and building. This is the end game, so we don't want to see Endgame and then it all suddenly go down. We need to continue that momentum. Another point is a personal one from me, and it's Goose the Cat. I would definitely love to see him in Avengers Endgame, even making an impact, helping out Captain Marvel, whether it's against Thanos or even any bad guys. I would definitely love to see that in this movie. I think Goose the Cat was a very unique character. Another point in this movie that we definitely, most of us will want to see, is Thanos being killed. But that is a big point. Thanos actually dying in this movie. Whoever it will be, Thanos needs to die. Someone needs to get revenge. The Avengers or whatever need to get revenge on Thanos. Now, obviously that would be heart-wrenching and gutting, because we can relate to Thanos in a certain way, because he is sort of human-like. He does these things for a reason. But he still wiped out half of the universe and stuff like that, so he needs to be killed. There is some revenge to take place. Whoever it will be, who will step up to the plate, we will see hopefully in Avengers Endgame. Another personal pick for me personally, I'm sure there's a bunch of other people out there, I'm a big Marvel TV series fan. Now, I would definitely love for them to set up maybe the people who were in the TV series. It don't have to be all of them, maybe some of them. For me personally, The Punisher and Daredevil were my favourite Marvel TV series. If they was to bring them through and make them, maybe for Phase 4, make their own movies, I would be definitely delighted. That's something I would definitely love to see, whether it's in Avengers Endgame or in the future of Marvel. Another thing we'd love to see definitely is the Fantastic Four being remade and get a reboot. I've also put down the Silver Surfer and Doctor Doom in this, because I think the whole Fantastic Four thing is one as a franchise. I think it definitely needs a reboot. It's been remade once already after the first time, and obviously it hasn't reached the heights that it should have. Another one which would be on the top of many people's list list would be Deadpool. Now, Deadpool obviously bringing that comedy, even a good gimmick as well, with a good character, because he can't die. You've ripped him apart, you sliced him up, you can shoot him, you can throw grenades at him. This guy just don't die. He can just reform. So maybe him in Avengers Endgame, maybe even he could kill Thanos. It would just be epic. I would definitely love Deadpool in the MCU any day, any time. And the last point I would definitely love to see in Avengers Endgame and the MCU is the X-Men or Wolverine, however they want to bring this in. This needs to happen. Now, the X-Men has been suffering for the last couple of years. It's been trying its best to reach the heights, obviously, of the originals, and it just doesn't seem to work. Especially when Hugh Jackman's now left the role of Wolverine, this has left a big gap in that franchise. Now, a definite way to boost that would definitely be bringing them into the Avengers, whether it's X-Men versus the Avengers or even joining together to help save the universe or whatever. I think it would be a definite thing that everybody would love to see, including me. So guys, don't forget to leave your points down below and your opinions on what you would love to see in Avengers Endgame and the MCU as a whole in that comment section. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe and hit the bell for much more, as well as Avengers Endgame content and loads of other MCU stuff you just don't want to miss. So subscribe and hit the bell for much more. Thank you very much guys, hope you enjoyed this video and I'll see you next time on Talking with Jay Springer.